The fantasy is what we're doing now, right here in this room, with these lights and cameras and mirrors. Something else is existing there. I don't know what, but there's something happening that's not part of our normal day, literal nature of how we live, but we're trying to create something different.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the first episode of Mic Check in the new year. We saw a lot of movies in 2017. Some of them we're still catching up on. But what we decided to do for this video is focus on the positive and count down our top 10 favorite movies of 2017.
I've seen over 150 movies in 2017. Some were better than others. There are some that still didn't make the list. Molly's Game, Dunkirk, It, Disaster Artist, and Before I Fall. Those were good, but 10 movies were even better than that. Number 10, Lady Bird. I would say that it's just a beautiful movie, beautiful characters, and it actually takes life into life events, very entertaining.
I want to go where culture is, like
How
New
in the
York,
world did I raise such a
or at least
snob?
Connecticut or New Hampshire, where writers live in the
Get into
woods.
those schools anyway.
Mom!
Number 9, Wind River. I couldn't believe how amazing this movie was. No, maybe it's not the best movie of the crew, of the cast and crew filmography, but I was shocked at the story. I would say that this is the best location film I've ever seen. I felt cold watching it. It was just a great story.
They have 6 officers to cover an area the size of Rhode Island. Maybe you can help.
I only know what the tracks say.
Number 8, Three Billboards. I love this movie as well. I think In Bruges was a little bit better, but I would not be surprised if this actually won Best Picture. Great characters, amazing dialogue, even very surprising. It was pretty unpredictable as well.
I'd do anything to catch your daughter's killer. I don't think those billboards is very fair.
Time it took you to get out here whining like a bitch, Willoughby. Some other poor girl's probably out there being butchered right now.
Number 7, Lego Batman. We saw this pretty early on in the year, and it was such a comedy. It was one of the funniest movies, actually. It was one of the better Batman movies, too.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
Number 6, Wonder Woman. Not only was it just a great character piece, it was a great DC movie, and we needed that, too. Great action, a great story. Maybe the second half is better than the first half, but once she walks out with the war, it's awesome.
To the war.
Well, technically the war's that way, but we gotta go this way first.
Number 5, Get Out. I loved this movie. Like Lady Bird, it's very flawless in the fact that nothing really you can take out of it, but it's such a great piece of like race, of a horror, of even mystery too. I loved everything about it.
Get out.
Sorry, man.
Get out! Yo!
Rose, we gotta go.
Number 4, Blade Runner. I love this movie. I think it was even a little bit more entertaining than the first one. I would say the first one is a better mystery, but yes, it could be a little bit too long, but this is what movies are made for. This is why you go to the movies to experience stuff like this. I thought it was just jaw-dropping.
What do you want?
I want to ask you some questions.
Number 3, Last Jedi. Now, I know that, yes, some movies can, like Lady Bird, they can be better made than Last Jedi, but this is the one that I actually had the most amount of fun with. Yes, I like Force Awakens better. Yes, it's not the best Star Wars movie, but it's just such a blast, and even the negatives it has, you can't just not smile throughout the movie and just have a great time. Number 2, Coco. I loved this movie. Pixar is at its best now with Inside Out and now Coco. They can do no wrong, hopefully. I loved the culture. I loved the music. Everything about it was just one of the most emotional experiences for me this year. And Pixar, you did it again.
One cannot deny who one is meant to be.
Now, if you couldn't tell, my number 1 movie this year is Logan. I loved every minute of Logan. Not only is it the best X-Men movie, it's one of the best send-off for not one but 2 characters in this X-Men universe. Ah, man, it was just an amazing movie. Great character introductions, great action, just overall a great drama. The best drama, I would say, this year.
I would find.
So yeah, those were my top movies this year. I know that maybe they wouldn't agree with your list, maybe not his, but those are the movies that got me impactful, and they just made me love 2017 because of these movies.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of your list. My list is going to sound very similar, so I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. Honorable mentions, which there's only 2 because I saw less movies, which were Disaster Artist and Shape of Water. My number 10 is also Lady Bird. I thought it was a great coming-of-age movie. Not my favorite coming-of-age movie, but one with a very unique voice.
What if this is the best version?
My 9th favorite movie of this year was Baby Driver. In hindsight, it wasn't necessarily the best. I don't know how much it's really gonna get nominated for. I don't know how much it's really gonna get highlighted, but I thought that it was a really great character piece. I kind of liked a lot of the stuff that a lot of the storytelling went in different directions, and it was amazingly edited, really high octane, and really energetic, and a great movie to see in the theater.
Doc said Michael Myers.
This is Mike Myers.
It should be the Halloween mask.
This is a Halloween mask.
No, the killer dude from Halloween.
Oh, you mean Jason?
No!
My number 8 movie is also a movie that made your list, which was Get Out. I thought it was such a masterfully told story, a terrifying allegory, and just a really great horror movie, especially in a genre that I don't typically watch because I either get too scared or the movies are a little too cheesy for me. But this was one that definitely outdid itself. My number 7 definitely doesn't make your list, and it probably might surprise a lot of people, but it was Fate of the Furious. And the reason being is because it was surprisingly character-driven, but balanced out with the action that you expect to see with a Fast and Furious movie, and just, it had plenty of surprises to keep it going as well.
Dom! You gonna turn your back on family?
My number 6 movie is Wonder Woman. I agree that it was very character-driven, incredibly inspiring and empowering as well. And I agree with you, a DC movie, the only really good DC movie that they have,
right.
And a movie that we really direly needed, and a movie that wasn't afraid to portray actual emotions, you know, in fear of being cheesy.
I'm going, Mother. If you choose to leave, you may never return. Who will I be if I stay?
Alright, so now we're at my top 5. Number 5 is the Lego Batman movie, and the only reason I put this over Wonder Woman is because they're so close to each other, but Lego Batman was more surprising to me. Like, it was surprisingly deep, it was overwhelmingly funny, and it was fun. It was one of the most fun times I had in the theater, especially with an energetic audience.
Yeah.
It was every single second there was a joke, which to some people might be a little bit overdrive, but I really liked it. It was surprisingly deep and emotional, which some people would just be like, maybe just keep it an average Lego movie. But no, it kind of reached above and beyond, and I want to give it props for that.
I like to fight around.
My 4th favorite movie of the year, 3 Billboards, and I only have 2 words to talk about this movie. Best Picture.
Like I said, yeah.
I don't think I can... The more that I keep talking about it, the more I'll just kind of go on and on, so I'm literally going to leave it at that.
In 3, 2, 1.
My 3rd favorite movie of the year was Coco. I agree. It was gorgeously animated, a lot of emotion, but I think like you said, the important thing about this movie is that Pixar outdid themselves. Because you can start listing all the things Pixar does well, but they do that well in every single movie. What makes this movie better? It's Pixar 2.0.
That's you! I am terribly allergic.
But Dante doesn't have any hair.
And I don't have a nose, and yet here we are.
And my number 2 film, number 1 for a while, but right now is my number 2, is Logan. And I think this is a perfect film. And it doesn't mean, I know everyone probably thinking, why is it your number 2 then? There's differences in how a film can be talked about and what I think of it, but this is a perfect film. It's emotionally resonant. And I think it's a film that's going to be really underappreciated now that the award seasons are coming out, and it was such a long time ago that it was released. But this movie is just it's a great film. And that's really what I want to emphasize about it. Not, is it a good X-Men as a superhero? It is a fantastic film.
Away. Logan, you still have time.
And my number 1, it might not come to a surprise to anybody, as you can see by the pillow behind us, The Last Jedi, flaws and all, and I want to really emphasize that because I think this movie was so deep in theme and character that the things I didn't like about it, I hardly even think, oh, that I don't like, or this I don't like. It's just I watched the movie and I experienced the movie, and that's the thing. It was an experience. It redefined the saga that I already love so much, and it was just an overall really great film.
This is
not going to go the way you think.
I mean, for,
list.
aside for a couple movies like Blade Runner and like Fate of the Furious, I think we kind of
We
are in
basically have the
agreement.
same list, but in a different order. Like Fate of the Furious for you, I had that in my list, but just a lot of movies this year knocked it out. And like movies I was like, oh yeah, that's my top 10.
You've seen way more movies. There were also some very bad films this year, which we will get
Very
to in a
bad
separate
movies,
video. But
yes.
for right now, we're going to focus on the positive. And if any of these movies anybody watching this has not seen, go and see them.
I do want to end this video by saying that I hope 2018 is better than 2017. Not saying that 2017 is bad, but Coco and Logan are the only movies that I give an A+.
I will concur with that. There's a couple movies I give A+. I think for me it might be up until Wonder Woman. As usual, thanks so much for watching, guys. And before you go see a movie, check in with us first. Thanks. Bye.